Well, hey, my friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire, the go-to podcast for content creators looking to grow their audience as well as their income. I'm so excited you're here. I'm your host, Melanie Ferguson. Well, hey there, my friend. Welcome back to the podcast. This week, I thought we would take a little different twist on the typical episode, and I want to share with you some rapid fire advice from 3 of my favorite online successful entrepreneurs. Now, I know that I mentioned last week that I have a new book coming out called Creatives on Fire, 71 Secrets to Making Money Online. Well, these 3 ladies are featured inside of the book, and they generously are going to be sharing some of their behind the scenes, real, raw wisdom. And today I want to give you a quick snippet, a peek behind the scenes from each of them, just enough to get you excited for what's waiting for you inside the pages of the new book. So let's dive in. We're going to first hear from my friend, Miss Sara McDaniel from Simply Southern Cottage. She has built an amazing online empire from real estate to brand partnerships, product lines, and digital media, all in her small hometown of Minden, Louisiana. She's even been on HGTV. Listen up as you hear from my friend, Miss Sara McDaniel. So when you talked about being consistent, do you have any systems in place for being consistent on your Instagram, or how does that look for your daily?
Yeah, great question. So I am in stories every single day. I mean, I bring people along for like every minute of my day. Sometimes it's planned and like I know specifically like what we're going to talk about or what I'm going to share. And then other days, like I just wing it. Today I started the day talking about In With the Old that's airing, Wednesday night. I had to go to a meeting at one of our city parks. And so I, did a video and talked about that. But as far as in feed, here's a great lesson for your listeners. I started posting 7 days a week, every day, 7 days a week. And I quickly realized like, I cannot keep this up. Like I can't create content cause you'll get burned out. So then I dropped down to about 5 days a week. And so now I would say I am about 3 to 5 days a week. And so I'm consistent in the fact that my audience knows I'm going to post 3 to 5 days a week, but they know I am going to be in stories every single day. I do sometimes take a little break on Sundays and either take off on Sundays or I don't post that much. And they know that. But the thing is that I show up and they know I'm going to be there every day.
That is such great advice. And that is why, Instagram is kind of one of those platforms you can get away with that. You
Yes.
can get away with less in the feed, and as long as you're consistent and present other places.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about your story schedule, because I know you were sharing a little bit about that with me earlier, but like that first slide in the morning, and then maybe kind of loosely, I know the rest is, but like, what does it look like?
Yeah. So again, depending on if it's planned out or if I'm just winging it, which is probably 50-50. Usually I get up in the mornings and I have quiet time, coffee. I'm posting usually around 7:15-ish, going through, answering DMs, engaging with other, followers, people in my niche. And then usually by anywhere between 9 and 10:30, like I'm saying good morning to everybody. And I'm sort of like setting the tone for the day, like again, sometimes I'll have planned things we're going to talk about. So I kind of, say good morning, greet everybody, maybe ask an engagement question, what's the weather like where you live? Or swipe this slider if you are doing X, Y, and Z today. Just something to kind of engage them off the bat. And then I let them know, like, okay, today we're going to be going to the villas and we're going to be looking at wallpaper or whatever. So it's very methodical and planned. And I try to do as much interaction with my audience. So I solicit their feedback and then post their feedback so others can learn from them all throughout the day. And it's sort of like a story, a beginning, a middle, and then end. And then I close out the day and, provide some summarization thoughts and do it all again the next day.
Isn't Sarah amazing? Stop what you're doing right now and pop over and give her a follow. You will not be disappointed, my friend. It seems like every single week she surprises me with something new and amazing. I will also link her episode below in the show notes so you can listen to the full story. She actually has 3 episodes here on the podcast, so I will link all 3 of them here. Next up is my sweet dear friend, Miss Carianne Wood with Thistlewood Farms. I cannot wait for you to hear the wisdom that she has to share with us today, all about affiliates. So here we go.
If you're going to do more than one affiliate, in other words, if you have Amazon, you have LTK, you have ShopMy, you need to figure out with each of those affiliate platforms what you're using them for and what brands are you going to lean into with those affiliates. So, for example, with Amazon, Amazon is my go-to where I show, and I think another affiliate tip too is just go through your day. Like maybe there's something, don't overthink this. A lot of people think like, I have to make these elaborate collages and do all that, which you could do that. That's amazing. Or you could just be fixing your meal. You're doing meal prep and you have these amazing containers. Just grab your phone, film a quick little video for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. You don't even have to go to Instagram stories and post it. Just put it into your phone where you have access for it later. Something, and then you meal prep. So you're like, look at these amazing containers. Then you go there and let's say you found amazing new brush. You are using brush. You're like, oh gosh, just film a quick little video with your phone, not posting, not the pressure of posting. I find it's easier if I just grab my phone in the moment, film whatever is bringing me joy at that moment, put it on my phone, and then later I go find the links, I upload it, and I do all that. So Amazon I use for my everyday, the things I use on the regular. LTK I use to post all of my daily outfits. So when I get up and I get dressed, I try to do a quick video or even a photo of my daily outfit. I also do a lot of my home tours on there because LTK has so many different brands that they work with. And so it's very easy if I do a quick tour of my living room. I have in my LTK shop, I have my living room saved. I have my, dining room saved. I have all those saved in little folders over on LTK. ShopMy, I am using specifically right now for Target and Anthropologie. Those are 2 brands that I want to work with. And so the shoes I got today are Target. So I'm going to film a quick video, put it on ShopMy, upload all of my favorite shoes. It's very, very specific affiliate strategy. And then the other tip, sorry, I am rambling on and on. Another tip I would give you too is every day, just challenge yourself to do one thing on Amazon, one thing on LTK, and perhaps if you want to add it to the mix, one thing on ShopMy. That's it. Just do one. Over time, all those ones will add up. What I see when I do a consult with people, a lot of times what happens is they're all excited. They run over there. They do 20 things on LTK and 20 things on Amazon. And then the next day rolls in and they're like, they kind of, and then they get embarrassed because they didn't post. And I'm like, no, slow and steady wins the race. Just think if you post one thing a day at the end of the month, that's 30 days of content that you have.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And it is always drinking from a fire hydrant with you. Girl, every time you share, we're just open, insert all the information. I absolutely love it. So I love that you have a strategy for the platform, not just doing the whole thing. So
Yes.
really kind of drilling down to what do you want your game plan to look like. I don't know about you, but I could listen to Carianne all day long. She is just a wellspring of information and is very generous and always willing to share it. And I think that is so beautiful about her. She has an entire, probably 4 episodes here on the podcast. I'm going to link them all below in case you want to binge on a little bit of Carianne. But then I want to introduce you to my friend, Brooke Riley. So she's been in the online space for quite a minute. She was one of my very first mentors in the online space. And I'm super excited to share with you a little bit of her story. She's going to pop in here and tell us all about her success, starting with Facebook And again, it is just a simple snippet here, just meant to be a sneak behind the scenes. If you want to hear her entire episode, I will link it below as well. She has come a long way over the years and grown her online empire into multiple businesses. She has been featured in Forbes and Fox News, all the magazines. Listen in as Miss Brooke Riley shares a little bit with us today.
Don't ever take that for granted. Like those followers mean something. And whether you have 10 followers, 100 followers, or 100,000, those people are important. And so you need to treat them and just really nurture those people. So don't forget that they love you. That's why they're following you, because they saw something in you that maybe you didn't even see in yourself. So the fact that you did a live video, they are going to be interested in that. But sometimes you have to remind them to be interested in it and be like, don't forget to check out this video I did yesterday. And listen, Facebook algorithms, there's so much I can say on this, but Facebook algorithms, you don't always see things. So don't take it that just because it didn't get a big reach doesn't mean that people didn't like it. A lot of times they probably didn't even see it. So resharing it, there is nothing wrong with that. And to kind of keep it in front of people, because a lot of times people just simply didn't even see that you did it. I share blog posts and live videos more than once, a lot of times, and get a whole new group of people that have been on my page the whole time, but they never saw it the first time around. So recirculating that and making sure that you're telling people to look at it is what I do every single time if something didn't get the reach that I was hoping it would. So that's my advice for that.
I love it, love it, love it. Basically, is it also good to go back and if anyone's commented anything to just, be engaging with them
yes.
even after it's over though?
Yes. Sorry. That is definitely important. And I'm glad you brought that up. Engagement, you want people to engage with your post. But what's even more important than that is you engaging with the people who engage in your post. So whether it's a post or a Facebook Live, it's the same exact thing. If people are taking the time to comment on your stuff and they're taking the time to write out that they enjoyed it or that they loved it, you need to be responding to that. Now, listen, there gets to a point that where I'm at right now, I cannot physically respond to every single person on a live. There are times that it's 10 to 15,000 comments, literally. I can't do that. But I do go back and respond as much as possible. And especially to specific ones that had like certain questions or something that would answer the same question that 25 others asked. And then on your post, when you're not going to get as many comments, always try to respond to people or at least give it a reaction. If you can't respond, at least try to give it a reaction. People love to be acknowledged. And they love to know that you read their comment and that you're taking the time to respond to it. You can do that and you need to do that. That's what's going to set a precedent for your whole page. That's what's going to make people respect and appreciate you even more. And as knowing that you have taken the time to acknowledge them.
That wraps it up, my friend. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek glimpse inside of the Creatives on Fire 71 Secrets to Making Money Online book that is coming out by the end of this month. And I wanted to share with you some of my favorite featured experts that are inside of the book. You're going to get 10 chapters chocked full of advice and ways that you can explore for making money online. I hope that you enjoyed this episode with the insights from some of the smartest, most inspiring creatives online out there. And what they shared hopefully will change the way that you think about what is possible online. So until next time, my friend, stay creative.